called Soldier 76. He's got a rifle, he's got a gun, and he runs around a lot. Chris Waters here with Eric Tay talking about Overwatch hero guides, and we're going to tell you what it takes to get into the field and be effective as Soldier 76. Eric?
Yeah, Soldier 76, very Call of Duty-like character, accessible for everyone. One of the probably best starting characters, at least on offense.
So he's got his heavy pulse rifle, right? And this thing seems pretty straightforward. Fires great mid-range damage, great for sort of hassling people down main lanes and keeping fire on supports, enemy supports, sort of keeping them out of the way. If you're firing at distance, though, keep in mind that the longer you hold it down, it does create a little bit of spread on the bullets. So burst fire, ba-da-dat, 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 if you want accurate headshots at distance, is your way to go.
Yeah, like you said, you know, you want to make sure to not just hold it down, spray and pray. That's decent up close, but definitely not a viable strategy far away.
In terms of optimal range for Soldier 76, it's a little bit away, because you can do damage at that distance, so you don't want to be up in anyone's face, you know, because they might have a better close range weapon than you. But fortunately, you've got your sprint.
Yeah, sprint is a great ability. It lets you get back from, you know, respawn points faster. Also lets you get away from enemies if you're not feeling the business that's going on at the time, because, you know, sometimes you're getting peppered. So you definitely want to run away. That allows you to use the Biotic Field, which then lets you heal yourself, which is a great little tool as well.
Absolutely. Mobility and running away from fights is totally a good strategy in Overwatch. You want to stay alive. You want to be in the fight for as long as possible. Soldier 76 does have that staying power thanks to his mobility and, like you said, Eric, his Biotic Field. You throw this thing down, it does healing in an area, it can also help your allies out. Super helpful for supports or other offensive and defensive characters who don't have a huge health pool, for whom just a few seconds in that Biotic Field will bring them back up to full fighting strength.
Yeah, and it's also really good on things like the payload, because you can put it on the payload and, you know, you can keep attacking, keep fighting, keep sustaining your health while, you know, in the fray.
So pop that thing. Don't save it for a rainy day. Your team is always taking damage. You should always be doing what you can to heal that damage. Now, in terms of working with other characters, one of my favorite matchups is Soldier 76 and Mercy. Not for the healing abilities, but for Mercy's damage boost, because people expect to take damage from Soldier 76 at range. You expect to deal damage at range. But a lot of people have sort of calibrated in, yeah, I can take a few bullets from Soldier 76 and I gotta get out of the way, or I can return fire a little bit. But with the damage boost, it gives it that little edge, and it can make real problems for people, especially supports at range. What makes that combo so good, especially for supporting a push or for keeping people off the point?
Like you said, it's very strong. You know, like, people underestimate the power of that, just that added boost. It just, a few shots can take down some of those supports. It's really strong, and it goes really well with his Helix rocket, which is his other ability, which with your right click, you can basically shoot like a grenade, and it does a lot of damage. It pretty much goes in a straight line. It's not like a Junkrat grenade. It's pretty much like a rocket.
Absolutely, and that thing, again, you want to be using that as much as you can, because little by little, that's going to stack up how much damage you're outputting on the other team. Now, who do you target with that thing? It's great for peeking around corners and taking down those turrets, that Bastion, that Torbjorn turret, giving them some trouble. Also, if someone's really up in your face, shoot it at the ground. It's going to do some splash damage. It's going to give you a little bit of room, and it's also great for just that finishing blow on someone you've engaged. You sort of shoot them with your bullets a little bit, you start seeing where they're going to flee, lead them with the rockets, boom, they're dead.
Great on tracers, trying to get it in your face, as you said, just one shot right into her face, she's dead. Also good for kind of getting enemies behind cover, because it's going to get that little splash damage, and I think it does do a little bit of a knockback, so it's a nice little kind of like, maybe you get them off the edge, but probably not.
Now let's talk Ultimate, the Tactical Visor, aka aimbot mode.
Yep, just like he said, it's aimbot. He says, I've got you in my sights, and basically the reticle is like a lot bigger. Basically you can hold and spray and pray at that point, because it's going to lock onto whoever your kind of like general directions at, and it melts supports, and he reloads faster.
And the reloading faster is so key, because you want to be pouring on the damage when your ultimate is up, targeting those supports. You'll do good damage to a tank for sure, but like, if you can get a few offense or defense characters in your sights when you pop that ult, it's going to be trouble for them, and it's going to be gravy for you. So use Soldier 76 to keep fire on the enemy, whether you're pushing down the main lane or doing some little flanking runs with your sprint and then coming back around to your team, healing yourself. You're a very survivable character, and you're a very versatile character, but also one of the easiest to learn. So get out there and have some fun. And you know what? Don't waste your time shooting Reinhardt's shield. You're just not going to make a big enough of a dent to bring that thing down in a meaningful way. Find another target and do your thing. For more Overwatch hero guides, check out our playlist on YouTube and give us a subscribe, or head on over to GameSpot.com.